Now on CoastTV News.
It's a cold and breezy start for Delmarva with the winter cold continuing and increasing chances for significant snow early next week. Tracking on Futurecast coming up next.
New Year nightmare, what we're learning in the aftermath of that deadly terrorist attack in New Orleans. Alcohol delivery bill on tap in Delaware. We're telling you about a wine bill set to be filled this year.
Joy or pain with pay increase, why Delaware's new minimum wage hike might not be beneficial for entry-level workers.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning, everyone. I'm Paige Marley. It's Thursday, January 2nd, 2025.
Yeah, the strong winds felt on New Year's Day continued into our early morning hours today.
Yes, they definitely did. So bundle up if you're heading out the door this morning. We're going to bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey now. He joins us with a look at your forecast. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Paige and Matt. Good morning, Delmarva. Boy, those winds, they were ferocious yesterday. They've backed off a little bit this morning, but still breezy, and it's cold, too. We're above freezing, and really no worries of frost this morning with the wind 35 from Milton, from Redden, and down to Delmar and Salisbury as well. So middle 30s pretty much everywhere. 36 Bethany Beach to Rehoboth, as we're looking at gusty winds at least 20 miles per hour in a lot of places. So that's sending those feels-like temperatures into the mid to upper 20s and low 30s in other areas. So really bundle up out there. As we're seeing a few clouds, otherwise it's a northwesterly flow that is pumping in Arctic air, and that's going to be the case all day. So bundle up out the door, lower 30s. Feeling more like 20s early on, and then a slow rise in those temperatures. By noon, we're into the lower 40s, and that's it for highs. About 41 in Seaford to Selbyville and Lewis later this afternoon, and back into the upper 30s this evening. If you're going for a run, bundle up. We're looking at 30s to lower 40s later this morning, but with that wind feeling much colder, those winds gusting over 30 miles per hour. Much more on what we think is a significant snow headed our way for early next week. Details on that coming up a little bit later on.
Thanks a lot, Bob. We are taking you live now to New Orleans. Normally this area here, a big party area, the French Quarter, and this morning, that police car there on your left, it's a reminder of the horrific scene that occurred over 24 hours ago. And now investigators say they are learning more about the man who police say committed this act of terrorism by intentionally driving into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street. And according to police, at least 15 people were killed, dozens more critically injured. Yeah,
officials are working to uncover the motive in this deadly attack. NBC's Jay Gray shows us where this investigation is now headed.
Chaos in the French Quarter. This truck darting around a police vehicle, then accelerating into a crowd on Bourbon Street.
It was pandemonium. It was obviously emergency vehicles everywhere. Police were everywhere. Bodies, folks were just running through the streets.
At least 15 killed, dozens injured, in what the FBI has labeled a suspected terror attack.
An ISIS flag was located on the trailer hitch of the vehicle. Weapons and potential improvised explosive devices, IEDs, were located in the subject's vehicle.
The suspect, identified as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a U.S. citizen from Texas who spent a decade in the Army. After crashing into a roadside crane, Jabbar apparently jumping from the vehicle. And after wounding 2 officers, killed in a shootout with police. Agents now indicating he likely had help carrying out the attack.
We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We are aggressively running down every lead, including those of his known associates.
Law enforcement teams searching the suspect's home in Houston and the scene of an overnight fire at a New Orleans Airbnb, where investigators believe some of the explosive devices may have been assembled. 2 additional IEDs located in the French Quarter were rendered safe. The area still locked down as the investigation continues. Jay Gray, NBC News, New Orleans.
Now, in the wake of that attack, officials in New Orleans say the city is on high alert, and public safety, of course, is their #1 concern. The highly anticipated Sugar Bowl game, that's the college football game that was set in New Orleans, that has been postponed. That's been scheduled to instead be played today. Additionally, the Super Bowl, that's scheduled to take place in February in New Orleans, but no official plans have been made or changed regarding that event.
And as we're seeing here, another scary event taking place in Las Vegas. A Tesla Cybertruck exploded and burst into flames just outside the entrance of Trump International Hotel on Wednesday. The person inside the truck died. The explosion it caused several injuries to those that were standing by. Officials say the suspicious blast is now being investigated as a possible terrorist attack. A motive has not yet been determined. The possible attack came just hours after the attack in New Orleans. Developing news in Delaware, and there is some momentum involving the sale of alcohol beverages. Right now, Delaware is only one of a few states where delivery of these type of drinks is not permitted.
Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber is live right now in Lewis. Elisa, a new bill could be changing that rule.
Matt and Paige, a new year could mean new rules for alcohol delivery services in Delaware, as a wine bill is expected to be introduced this year. And now I'm currently standing at a winery here in Lewis, and it's wineries like this one across the entire first state that are currently not allowed to directly ship their wine to customers. And in today's day and age, it feels like we can deliver everything to our doorstep, but Delaware is one of the few states that does not allow the direct shipment of wine to consumers. And state reps in Delaware will be introducing legislation in the 153rd General Assembly to give Delawareans the option of ordering wine and having it delivered to their homes by UPS, FedEx, or some other carrier. The bill would only cover limited sales from wineries directly to consumers. Online retail sales would continue to be prohibited, and wineries and carriers would need to obtain a state license. And for the past couple of years, a bill like this has been trying to get passed, but there have been many opponents against this delivery rule. There have been concerns that allowing wine to be directly distributed to consumers would affect alcohol retail stores across the entire state of Delaware. Back to you.
Lisa, thank you so much. Happening now, vacationers planning to stay in Delaware's short-term rental properties this year should be preparing for higher costs. A new 4.5% tax increase on rentals like Airbnb and Vrbo went into effect Wednesday, adding to already existing rental taxes. For example, a $400 per night rental booked for 5 nights will now cost you an additional $90 under the new tax.
It's worth noting that the Sussex County Council decided in December to not move forward with a short-term rental tax that would have gone on top of that new 4.5 increase. That proposed ordinance was set to impose a 3% tax on short-term rentals in unincorporated areas.
Looking ahead now, Lewis locals will soon have the chance to share their thoughts on open space in the city. Next Monday, the mayor and city council are holding a public hearing that will be focusing on proposed updates to the city's subdivision and the land development code. Some changes include increasing open space requirements for major subdivisions, refining what qualifies as open space, and updating design standards. That meeting will happen at 5:30.
Parts of Coastal Highway in Ocean City are reopened. It was shut down on Wednesday due to wind damage from a roof. This is 75th and 76th Street, and the Ocean City Police Department says beach bus service was suspended for some time, but it did resume around 7:30 p.m.
Happening now, Delaware's minimum wage has officially been bumped from $13.25 an hour to $15 an hour. For people who work a full 40-hour week, that's an extra $70 in their pocket. Delaware ranks 31st on multiple cost of living reports, which means the new increase in the minimum wage is a big increase for purchasing power for low-wage workers. With inflation on the rise, one local says increasing the minimum wage for them is a no-brainer.
Actually, I'd like to see them go higher than 15, but the increase should certainly help a lot of people in Delaware.
And with people having those different opinions on that change, of course, though, everyone wants the same thing, and that's for everyone to have a better future coming into the new year.
Wage increases are being seen throughout Delmarva. Virginia workers will see an increase there. Pay goes from $12 an hour to $12.41, and Maryland is already at $15 an hour. This is because Governor Wes Moore signed a bill to accelerate his state's minimum wage increase. That went from $12.50 in 2023 to $15 an hour in 2024.
So a lot more news to get to this morning on Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, plunging into the new year, how this cold dip in the ocean is aimed to help charities on Delmarva.
Also, Ocean City is celebrating a milestone, 150 years in the making. We're showing you the festivities taking place for that anniversary.
But first, we meet a Milford man known as Mr. Positive, a veteran spreading kindness with spontaneous acts that change lives and create unforgettable moments. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
These fields are empty now, but soon they'll be alive.
Some teams can only dream to play it because they can't afford it. And that is why Toyota is sponsoring Delmarva's Dream Team.
We're looking for teams from any sport and any level. Each month, your Delmarva Toyota dealer will give one local team a $1,000 grant. And after the year, one finalist will receive an additional $3,000.
Nominate your dream team at DelmarvaSportsNetwork.com under the Features tab.
DSN's Delmarva's Dream Team, sponsored by your local Toyota dealer.
You rip and tear your old statements and bills, but thieves use this information to steal your identity. Don't be a victim. Get the ID Police, the new ink roller that encrypts all your old documents. So before you throw it out, just roll it on, and your information is gone, both on the front and through the back. Even if the paper is held up to the light, even your medical information is safe with the ID Police. So block it out before you throw it out. Order now and get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 and get free shipping too. This offer is not available on Amazon, so call or click now to get your ID Police for as low as $9.99 with free shipping. Order now.
Call 1-800-803-0512. That's 1-800-803-0512. Or visit getidpolice.com. So call 1-800-803-0512 now.
Your clock was ticking, and it was time for you to have a baby.
Yep.
He has 7 children. You wanted 1.
Her choice to be the father didn't work out.
We got into an argument. She locked me out the bedroom. She then called the police.
Now mom and baby are on their own.
You shouldn't have been in the same house.
He's purposely making life harder for me since we've broken up.
That's not on anybody but you.
Next, Judge Judy.
Thursday at 2 on CoastTV.
They say positivity is contagious, and for one Milford man, it's actually kind of become his whole nickname. They call him Mr. Positive. In this week's Coastal Connections, Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken introduces us to the man whose generosity knows no bounds.
This is Chaplain Al Kraft, but to hundreds of people who've met him, like the Tremuta brothers, he's Mr. Positive.
When he walks in, everybody kind of cheers a little bit.
Nicholas Tremuta is a lifeguard at the YMCA, but he's got big dreams. Nicholas and his brothers are starting a residential construction business, and when he told Kraft that one day while at the pool, the chaplain hopped into action.
And he said, "All right, well, I'm gonna go look for a truck for you guys." And then a few hours later, I had a picture on my phone.
Chaplain Kraft found not 1, but 2 trucks, gifted to Nicholas and his younger brother Matthew, paid for through something called the Positive Eagles SOAR program.
It was all very sudden. He's a very, how do I put this? He likes to do things spontaneously.
They touch me. And I'm a Marine, and I don't get touched much like that. I'm very proud of them.
Helping people is kind of Chaplain Kraft's thing.
Americanism is kindness.
At 78 years old, Kraft, a disabled veteran himself, has managed to help more than 100 of his fellow disabled veterans with free electric wheelchairs and various kinds of aid. And for every person he helps, he hands out an American flag, specially folded by the Honor Guard at the Dover Air Force Base.
This flag means so much of what you can achieve under it if you want to.
On this day, Chaplain Kraft wanted to surprise his favorite barbershop with a little red, white, and blue.
But I want to give y'all here, this is for y'all store. You hear me?
Because helping others is just in his blood.
So it's not years that you remember, it's moments. Never the years, it's the moment.
And whether it's gifting trucks, wheelchairs, flags, or just a helping hand, Mr. Positive is a master of making the moment.
I feel good!
For Coastal Connections, I'm Emma Aiken.
This morning's weather forecast courtesy of Baths by Spicer Brothers, a Delmarva tradition for over 20 years.
New year, new bath. Bring in 2025 with big savings from Baths by Spicer Brothers.
Right now, get 20% off all upgrades, plus save 25% on your entire bathroom project. Baths by Spicer Brothers can bring your vision to life with safe and accessible tub-to-shower conversions.
Our factory-certified team guarantees 5-star professional installation completed in as little as 1 day.
Call today and save 20% off all upgrades and 25% off your entire bathroom project.
Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
For every season, every weather moment, stay ahead with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Phone. Just call 443-880-9100. Your forecast just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead and Dallas Federico.
The real estate industry was broken, but changes here and the Parker Group is leading the charge.
We're proud to introduce our groundbreaking 3.5% listing fee. Sell with us and you could save thousands of dollars.
Our cutting-edge technology delivers significant savings that we pass on to you. Our world-class marketing and dedicated team provide the human touch and unparalleled expertise that you deserve.
As passionate advocates for a more transparent and equitable selling experience, we're not afraid to challenge the status quo.
Welcome to a new era of real estate with the Parker Group.
Hi, this is Jimmy Hoppa inviting you to join us as we take the cross to the country. Christian country and Southern gospel, all to celebrate our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Taking the cross to the country, Sunday mornings at 8 on Coast Country, sponsored by Fitzgerald Salvage and Recycling.
The weather is brought to you by Spicer Brothers Construction. Born here to serve here.
New year, new bath. Bring in 2025 with big savings from Bath by Spicer Brothers.
Right now, get 20% off all upgrades, plus save 25% on your entire bathroom project. Baths by Spicer Brothers can bring your vision to life with safe and accessible tub-to-shower conversions.
Our factory certified team guarantees 5-star professional installation completed in as little as 1 day.
Call today and save 20% off all upgrades and 25% off your entire bathroom project.
Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
Time is 6:15, and we're getting a live look at a breezy Salisbury. Got some of the bright lights there this Thursday morning. Strong winds yesterday, Bob, and they did cause some power outages.
Yeah, and for good reason, Matt. We had gusts 40, 50-plus miles per hour. Salisbury had a gust of 53 yesterday. Now, the power outage risk today is much lower. It's not zero, but it's much lower, as we'll see winds gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour. Not seeing anything else as far as rain or lightning or anything like that, but it's possible we could get a spotty power outage as those winds are gusty, so watch for that. Temperatures are cold this morning, 35 in Salisbury and Delmar, 34 in Milton, and even at the beaches, mid-30s from Bethany Beach up to Rehoboth right now. It's cold and it's windy. We're seeing wind gusts of 21 in Indian River Inlet, 20 in Ocean City, 22 in Redden, and Salisbury 21. So you take the wind gusts plus temperatures and you come up with the feels like temperature. It feels like 26 in Salisbury and into Indian River Inlet and 35 in Rehoboth. So the bottom line is bundle up out there this morning as it is breezy and cold. Good visibility, good travel weather all across Delmarva. We're looking at partly cloudy to mostly clear skies, but we're in this northwest flow, and get used to it because the Arctic is open for business. All that cold air is pouring out of Canada and into the lower 48. Nothing stopping it. We're seeing some of that lake effect snow across Pennsylvania, Ohio, and back into New York. We see all these blue arrows indicating this northwest flow. And this cold air sticks around for a couple of weeks to come. So we're going to be in the deep freeze for quite a while across Delmarva. Here are the temperatures as we go through this morning and into this afternoon. 30s, and then by 2:30 on Futurecast, 41 in Millsboro, Selbyville, and Berlin. That's it for the high temperatures today. We're into the 30s for this evening, and then pretty cold moving into your Friday morning with lower 30s. And then clouding up on Friday with temperatures in the low 40s. We get a little taste of what's to come Monday with a little appetizer tomorrow afternoon and evening with rain changing to snow. Could see a burst of snow tomorrow evening around the dinner hour. Millsboro back through Berlin and Bethany Beach could leave a coating on the ground, and then we dry it out as we go into the weekend. We could get maybe up to about a half an inch of snow from this system, but of course the bigger one comes in later Sunday into Monday. All this blue, this deep blue indicating snow. This peach color is sleet and the green is rain. Now some of that snow could turn to rain on Monday morning from Salisbury up to about Rehoboth, and then farther down towards Chincoteague. So that could keep snow totals down. But farther to the north, I think it's mainly snow and accumulating snow. We're looking at least a few inches, I think, with this system. We think it will be a significant event for Delmarva. 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, cold. Get to this purple color, that temperature's way below average. Paul Davis 7-day forecast, 42 today, then clouding up Friday with that rain later in the day, and then it turns into that snow Friday evening. Could be a coating including the snow. Maybe a little slick out there as temperatures fall into the 30s. Windy Saturday, 34. Sunday, 35. A good day to prepare for the snow. Winterize your car. Make sure everything's in working order, because then that snow builds in Sunday night into Monday, and we think it will be significant. 33, and then temperatures falling into the teens at night, and then highs only in the lower 30s, and maybe even colder with that snow on the ground Tuesday into Wednesday.
All right, thank you, Bob. Ocean City could be seeing more smiling faces this year as the coastal town celebrates its 150th anniversary. And Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us what we can expect in 2025.
Picking up a magazine to see what to do this year in town. Ocean City is more than just a beach and a boardwalk. There's also big events like Ocean's Calling, Country Calling, Sunfest, and much more.
Winterfest of Lights is pretty cool. I'm here every day walking. I saw the guys setting it up. Brings in a lot of people.
And now, the town is planning 150 days of celebration to honor the big birthday. Tourism and Business Development Director Tom Perlazzo says they're pulling out all the stops.
We're going to celebrate 150 days throughout the year here with, very small activations, and we're going to sprinkle in some really cool events for our public to enjoy.
Expect partnerships with local businesses and organizations to boost both new and beloved traditions. For visitors like Henry Johnson, who's been coming to Ocean City since childhood, the growth is clear.
I've seen this place grow, and it continues to grow, and it's great. More restaurants, more people, and I just love Ocean City.
Palazzo hopes that all these future events will help Ocean City keep people in town longer than just the summertime.
It is an opportunity to create additional economic benefits, derive some attention for the resort. People want to come and book their stay. They can look and see what's out there.
According to Palazzo, all of the 150 plus events will be on their OC Ocean website come January. But if you're looking for more information, you can come right here to the Ocean City Convention Center for more. I'm Kevin Zapay in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Coming up next, we're plunging into the new year, showing you a new New Year's cold plunge will help fund local scholarships and grants on Delmarva. Don't go anywhere.
NBC Nightly News, weeknights at 6:30 on Coast TV.
DSN Plus is more energy, extra live games and on-demand replays, anytime, anywhere. DSN Plus is more hype. From playoff matchups in unified football to marching band showcases, we highlight what makes Delmarva unique. DSN Plus is more hometown pride. We go wherever our teams go, with up to 5 live games every weeknight. DSN is still free on air and cable, but get even more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Download the Delmarva Sports Network app from your app store today.
You need to lose weight, but you hate lugging out that big blender for a healthy shake. Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with my Bionic Blade, the new handheld blender that's rechargeable, so you can make a fast, healthy shake anywhere. Designed like this shake bottle you take to the gym, it has the motor and blades built right into the lid. Bionic Blade quickly creates smooth drinks just like the big blenders. But this is portable, so you can make a shake anywhere. Make pina coladas right by poolside. Even grind coffee beans and make a quick, refreshing iced coffee pick-me-up on the go.
Get the Bionic Blade for just $29.99 and we'll even ship it to you free. But wait, order now and get 2 sipping lids, a second large blender container, plus the sports lid. Yours free. You'll get this entire portable blending system for just $29.99. Call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-709-7148 or go to buybionicblade.com. So call 1-800-709-7148 or you can order online at buybionicblade.com.
Solo Cup Saturday night with me, Jared, 7 to 9 every Saturday on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3. Sponsored by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated.
There's nothing like kicking off the new year by jumping into the freezing cold ocean. Wednesday in Bethany Beach, folks hit the beach for the 28th annual Leo Brady Polar Plunge. There was also a 5K run and a 1-mile walk. Hundreds of folks braced the cold to raise money for local scholarships and grants.
It was a little windy. The wind started taking me and I was like, oh my goodness, but it was a great time. Always a fun time to run at the beach, so it was awesome. I'm also doing the polar plunge. I've never done one of those before, so now it's like, oh my gosh, I get to start the year with a new experience. No better way to start it.
And the Quiet Resorts Charitable Foundation says those grants from donation money typically go to the youth and the elderly, and it's a great way to give back to the community.
And just south of there, people in Ocean City took to the frigid ocean on Wednesday for the 31st annual Penguin Swim, and this raises money for Atlantic General Hospital. Now, last year, the event raised over $100,000. This year, people showed up decked out in costumes, bathing suits, and apparently there were some kilts there. I'm not seeing one in any of that video there. But
there was a big group of them.
Oh, the kilts?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all diving in this style for 2025.
Those were my favorite. I wish you saw them. We'll have to play it back.
All right, I have to go back and look. You know, I'm
Just
trying to
kidding.
do both, look out of both corners of my eyes.
You can't look at the screen and the prompter at the same time?
I'm not skilled like
Just
you, Paige.
kidding.
I don't have that Shippensburg education
Oh,
that
wow.
tells you how to do those things.
No, the kilts are pretty cool. We'll go back and watch.
All right, First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey back with us. It looked fun out there for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to jump in the water, though, in January, Bob.
I don't know. Not only kilts, but bagpipes, too. I think I saw there, yeah. And then the banana guys were there. Everybody's having a great time until they get in the water. They go, I'm going to get out of here. All right, but that water temperature is cold. Assateague and Chincoteague, it's windy today. Not as windy as yesterday, but we're only warming into the low 40s. Waves around 3 to 5 feet. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, it's windy, it's cold, and temperatures in the low 40s. On the bay side, we've got changes on the way. 42 today in Cambridge, and then rain tomorrow, snow into the evening, windy and colder for Saturday. I think we're looking at similar conditions for Crisfield, and then that sets the table this weekend with Arctic air in place. Then the main event later Sunday and Monday with what we think is will be a significant snow event for Delmarva. Much more on that coming up in the next half hour.
Thank you so much, Bob. Also coming up after the break, Delaware's debating drink delivery. We're going to tell you why some lawmakers are against approving alcohol delivery.
New Year's New Orleans attack, what police in that city are saying about the suspected terrorist who caused the deaths of over a dozen people.
And a Cybertruck explosion investigation, what police know about that event that happened just outside the entrance of Trump International Hotel. Coast TV will be right back.
Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empower children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by Coast TV.
Who wants to drag out a bulky vacuum? Introducing Horsepower Duck, a super compact vac with ultra powerful suction. Clean up that mess in the kitchen, the spill on the sofa, even sawdust in the workshop. Just duck it up. The compact design can reach the tightest places, so store it in any drawer where it's always at your fingertips. You can even store it in your glove box for the ultimate car vac. The HEPA filter helps remove dust and allergens. Plus, it dumps out with ease, so it's ready to clean again. Get the Horsepower Duck hand vac for just $39.99. Order right now and we'll upgrade you to the Duck Pro package, a $30 value, yours free. You get the bendable tube, the crevice nozzle, and the soft brush nozzle, but supplies are limited, so there's a strict limit of 3 ducks per order. This may be your last chance to get yours at this low price, so don't delay. Duck it up today.
Call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com. So call 1-800-581-3085 or visit duckback.com now.
I've built a community, I've built a home here, and it's not pack up boxes every 3 years. It's a space that I'm invested in, my husband's invested in, and it really makes it just feel special. The stories that we cover every day, we also live every single day. So the stories that we tell are the ones that also impact us. We speak with people at the grocery store, our neighbors, our colleagues, our friends. We're all in this together.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home. Now on Coast TV News.
It's a cold and breezy start for Delmarva with the winter cold continuing today and then the days to come and increasing chances for significant snow early next week. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up next.
Investigating a potential terror link in Vegas, a Cybertruck explosion has officials on high alert across the nation.
Future of wine sales in Delaware, how a new bill aims to make delivery services available. Worries over wage increase. Small businesses could be affected with a pay bump for workers that is now in effect in Delaware.
This is Coast TV News Today.
Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, we're approaching 6:29 on this Thursday morning. And Paige, we're about ready to hit my least favorite time in the calendar year, the months of January, February, and March. Just the weather, no major holiday weekends type things.
And you don't like the cold that much.
I'm not a fan of it.
No. So if you like the cold, you are going to love these months, and you're going to love today too. And if you are a snow fan, I know a lot of you guys are out there, you're going to love Monday. So we're going to bring in Bob right now. Bob, it's starting to finally feel like winter.
It is. We're getting the Arctic air in place, and if you're a fan of the snow, you're going to love this forecast. I think we've got a couple of rounds of snow coming one Friday evening and then the main event later Sunday and Monday, and much more on that coming up. No snow this morning. We're looking at temperatures into the mid-30s, Salisbury up to Georgetown, 35 there in those places, 34 in Milton, Bethany Beach at 36. And the winds, they were ferocious yesterday. They're not as strong now, but they're gusting up to 20 miles per hour, even more in some places, and feels like temperatures into the 20s and low 30s. So layer up, hats, gloves, scarves, the whole deal, as we're looking at partly cloudy skies to mostly clear conditions. Stay in the sun and out of the wind today if you can, as the winds are coming in out of the northwest, and we're seeing temperatures slowly rising above the freezing mark by mid-morning, but it's feeling much colder with the wind. By noon, 40 Millsboro and Milton, 41 in Salisbury, even 30s and low 40s at the coast, but feeling much colder with that wind, feeling like 30s much of the day with actual temperatures in the lower 40s. So no fog, no frost this morning, but it is breezy and cold, so warm up the car. I gave it the green light for the morning commute, and then breezy and cold for the afternoon and evening commutes. And as I mentioned, 2 rounds of snow are on the way, the more important one on Monday. Much more on that coming up a little bit later in the newscast.
Thank you, Bob. We're going to go live now, take a look at Las Vegas. Of course, a scary event happening there Wednesday. That's when a Cybertruck exploded just outside the entrance of Trump International Hotel. We're going to show you now what that looked like. Police say the explosion took place around 8:40 a.m. It was Wednesday morning. That explosion killed one person who was inside the car and injured several others who were standing nearby. Officials say the suspicious blast is being investigated as a possible terrorist attack, but a motive hasn't been determined just yet.
And just hours before that, in New Orleans, police say a driver intentionally crashed into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street.
The authorities say 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar from Texas was behind the wheel of that vehicle and made its way down that busy street. At least 15 people were killed. Over 30 more were injured, including Din Jabbar, who was killed by police during that event.
The FBI says an ISIS flag was located in the vehicle. They are working to determine his potential associations and affiliations with terrorist organizations. Weapons and a potential IED were also found inside, and other potential IEDs were found in the French Quarter.
It was pandemonium. It was obviously emergency vehicles everywhere. Police were everywhere. Bodies, folks were just running through the streets.
Now, the Sugar Bowl, that's part of the college football playoffs. That was supposed to be kicking off last night in New Orleans, but that was postponed. That instead will most likely take place tonight. New this morning, Delaware currently stands as one of the few states where alcohol delivery is not allowed.
Now, CoastTV News reporter Elisa Weber is live in Lewis. Elisa, a new bill could change this.
Good morning, Matt and Paige. Yeah, a new year could mean new rules for alcohol delivery in Delaware, as a wine bill is expected to be introduced this year. And I'm currently standing at a winery in Lewis, and it's wineries like this one across the entire first state that are currently not allowed to directly ship their wine to customers. And in today's day and age, it feels like we can almost deliver everything to our doorstep, except Delaware is one of the few states that does not allow you to ship wine. And now the state reps in Delaware will continue to introduce legislation in the 153rd General Assembly to give Delaware the options of ordering wine and having it delivered to their homes by UPS, FedEx, or some other carrier. The bill would only cover limited sales from wineries directly to consumers, and online retail sales would continue to be prohibited. Wineries and carriers would need to obtain a state license. And for the past couple of years, there has been push to have the rules changed, but there have been many opposition towards possibly allowing the direct sale of wine to customers. There are many concerns that this direct sale will affect retail alcohol stores across the entire first state. Back to you.
Lisa, thank you so much. Happening now, vacationers are planning on staying in Delaware's short-term rental properties, and they should be preparing for some higher costs. A new 4.5% tax increase on rentals like Airbnbs and Vrbo went into effect Wednesday, adding to an already existing rental tax. For example, a $400 per night rental booked for 5 nights will cost an additional $90 under the new tax.
Looking ahead, people living in Lewis will soon have a chance to share their thoughts on open space in the city. Next Monday, the mayor and city council holding a public hearing that will focus on proposed updates to the city's subdivision and land development code. Some of the changes include increasing open space requirements for big subdivisions, refining what qualifies as open space, and also updating design standards.
New this morning, parts of Coastal Highway in Ocean City are reopening after being shut down due to winds damaging a roof. It was in the area of 75th and 76th Street. The Ocean City Police Department says beach bus service was suspended for some time, but it did resume around 7:30 p.m.
Delaware's minimum wage has officially been bumped up from $13.25 an hour to $15.
CoastTV News reporter Kevin Zapay shows us how workers and business owners feel about this.
2024 is now in the rear view. And for the lowest wage workers in Delaware, 2025 means more money in their paychecks. Now that we're officially into the new year, the minimum wage has been raised by $1.75 per hour. If you're someone that works a full 40 hours a week, that's an extra $70 in your pocket. Tony Winter says it makes a difference.
It's very difficult for people, and particularly families, to live on a $13 an hour wage.
Delaware ranks 31st on multiple cost of living reports, which means this new increase in the minimum wage is a big increase for purchasing power for low-wage workers. But not everyone sees this as a win. We talked to one local who used to run a business, and he told CoastTV that with this increase, owners might have to cut down on staff, and believes that inflation is the real problem. But for Oceanside and Fenwick Island, that's not the case. Owner Rob Fitzpatrick says just about all of his staff already get paid $15 an hour, even before any tips are handed out.
They rely pretty heavily on tips, which adds like an extra $6 to $10 an hour for them. Wage going up is, good for them, but they rely heavily on the generosity of customers anyway.
With inflation on the rise, Winter says increasing the minimum wage is a no-brainer.
Actually, I'd like to see it even go higher than 15, but the increase should certainly help a lot of people in Delaware.
With people having different opinions on the change, they all want the same thing, and that's for everyone to have a better future coming into the new year. I'm Kevin Zapay in Fenwick Island, CoastTV News.
Got a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, wild winds pulling the power. How many people lost connection after a downed power line in Berlin?
Also, a peach of a game. We have the wild quarterfinal matchup between Texas and Arizona State. It had one of the greatest individual performances ever seen in college football.
And some repairs resuming in Ocean City. What you need to know about the work on the Route 50 bridge. Stick with us on CoastTV News Today.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread, topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce, but don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a primo.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town, the IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep. Coverage you can count on.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
Ever feel lost in the world of real estate? Imagine a partner who transforms confusion into clarity, who stands by your side from the first question to the final signature. A professional who knows the market, ensuring that your journey is as smooth and successful as possible. This is the value of a great realtor. With Pam Price, you're not just making a move, you're moving forward. So why do you need a realtor? Because with the right one, you can find your way home.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
Take your favorite radio station with you wherever you go. Download free today.
It starts with our oldest family tradition, artisan bread topped with the finest hand-sliced meats and cheeses. Add in the freshest locally grown produce. But don't forget the In our house, it's not just a hoagie, it's a premium.
6:39 on this breezy and chilly Thursday morning. HSB Camp from Cambridge 36, and we've got the blue skies and brightening skies, but it's cold. Mid-30s, Salisbury back to Bethany Beach, Rehoboth, Georgetown 35, Redden 35, and winds, they're pretty gusty. It looks like they're backing off a little bit, but at times over 20 miles per hour, and those feels like temperatures in the 20s and 30s, so bundle up. So we're looking at mostly clear skies, but it is going to be a cold day across Delmarva. Head to the coffee shop. Go for the extra large, a little bit of cream for my coffee, please. 42, breezy and chilly. I don't think anybody's getting coffee for me. Here's our umbrella giveaway winner today. It's Frank Freeman from Magnolia. Congratulations to Frank on his brand new umbrella, courtesy of Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Somebody will get you coffee, Bob. There's someone watching out there. In Ocean City, long-term repairs to the US 50 bridge are set to resume later this week. Beginning tomorrow, January 3rd, crews will work 24 hours a day on the machinery room areas of that draw span. The 2 eastbound lanes and the eastbound sidewalk of the bridge will be closed. Work on the project expected to be completed by the middle of March.
Lewis officials say construction for improvements at Canal Front Park's playground, they're set to pick up again this month. Work seen here in October was put on hold until the week of January 20th. City says that was due to shipping delays and also some weather forced the pushback of construction. Lewis officials say it expects a new playground will be installed in late March.
Coming up this weekend on Sunday Night Football, don't forget you can watch right here on Coast TV. Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. That's at 7. Tune in for all that action and then stay tuned right after your local news coverage of Coast TV News. That begins around 11 following the game.
Now, as we reported earlier, the terrorist attack in New Orleans has forced the college football playoff game in that city, the Sugar Bowl, to be moved from Wednesday night to this afternoon. That's where Notre Dame will take on Georgia. There were 2 games on New Year's Day, including a wild one in the Peach Bowl between Arizona State and Texas. This one went to overtime. One of the greatest stat lines in college football history. Sun Devil running back Cam Skattebo rushed for 143, passed for a touchdown, had 99 yards receiving, and here he gives his team the lead. Texas had to score a touchdown to force a second OT. They immediately do that. Quinn Ewers to Matthew Golden were tied at 31. Texas would score on their second overtime possession. Arizona State attempting to stay alive, but Andrew Makuba with the interception to seal the Longhorns' win. This was just an incredible game in the Peach Bowl. Texas 39, Arizona State 31. The Longhorns move on to the semifinals in the Cotton Bowl, awaiting a Ohio State Buckeye team, and that's where Will Howard continued to destroy defenses in the postseason. On Wednesday, he passed for 319 yards. He passed for 3 touchdowns. Here's one of them. Ohio State wins the revenge match over Oregon and punches their ticket to the semifinals.
Coming up tonight on DSN, your game of the night is at 7. You can tune in. UMES taking on Lincoln University women's basketball. And then at final score, that's at 10:30. And then over on your exclusive DSN Plus app at 6, Mardella takes on Stephen Decatur in boys basketball. Also at that time, those 2 schools will also face each other in girls basketball. And of course, at 7, it's that game of the night that we mentioned. All right, it's time for some entertainment news now for you. We have a first look at both Kristen Stewart's latest romance and Carrie Underwood's newest concert special. Rick Damigella has more in your Hollywood Minute.
I don't know if you could tell, but it's date night.
Kristen Stewart and Stephen Yeun find romance. The pair star in Love Me as inanimate objects who learn about life and love through the internet long after humans have become extinct. This is your first look at the drama, which arrives in theaters on January 31st.
Are you ready to have a great time?
Carrie Underwood's Vegas residency comes home. The singer's hit show at Resorts World Las Vegas has been turned into a televised special titled Carrie Underwood Reflection. The event lands on Hulu and Disney Plus on January 24th.
There's no such thing as safe in this world.
A violent look at the Wild West. This is a sneak peek at the Netflix drama American Primeval, which follows the gritty birth of the American West. Taylor Kitsch stars in the limited series, which debuts on January 9th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Rough week? Well, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. Sign up now for free at coasttv.com/sign up and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
We're seeing some brightening skies right now on our Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera in Laurel. Good visibility, 35, but it's breezy and cold, and a breezy and cold start only gets colder as we go through the first few days of 2025, and whiter too. We're looking at a couple of rounds of snow, one as we go into Friday evening, then more significant snow on the way later Sunday into Monday. I'll have much more on the wintry weather coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
Are you overwhelmed with the stress of moving? Budget Movers can help. We offer full-service packing and moving all along the East Coast for your commercial and residential needs. We are always ready to provide you with a fast and easy moving process.
Budget Movers is unbelievable. Not only did they move our house, but they moved both of our businesses too. 10 guys showed up and they were in and out in less than 3 hours.
So hire me and make your move worry-free. Budget Movers, taking the stress out of moving.
Not happy with your home's builder-grade gas fireplace? Let Chagrin Home Comfort Products upgrade your fireplace with a new one from Mendota, Regency, or Cozy Heat. These gas fireplaces add both warmth and aesthetic to your home. Chagrin has plenty of different styles and sizes to choose from. What are you waiting for? Start your fall fireplace project now before it's too late. Stop in one of our local showrooms or give us a call at 302-644-7700 to see how Chagrin Home Comfort Products can warm up your home.
Hi, I'm Glenn Mandalis.
And I'm Chase Brockstead.
Doing things the right way and exceeding our clients' expectations have always been the cornerstones of our practice.
Case by case, one client at a time, we stayed committed to our goals and methodically built our team. We handle cases big and small, and we are proud to say that we have recovered more than $1 billion for our clients.
With the right lawyers, justice isn't a promise, it's a guarantee. Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico.
RightLawyersRightNow.com.
Weather brought to you by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning, dedicated to excellence in Delaware and Maryland.
Coastal Comfort knows there's no place like home. It's where we can be totally comfortable being ourselves, making a mess, making improvements, making strides, making memories with those we love, totally. Big or small, at the beach, or on the farm, all along the Eastern Shore. It's home, and Coastal Comfort is always here to keep you totally comfortable.
Coastal Comfort, a Carrier Factory authorized dealer serving Maryland and Delaware. Carrier, turn to the experts.
It's 46 on your Thursday. We're going to take a live look at Laurel. First time looking at Laurel, Bob, in 2025, and it looks beautiful as ever. May I say even better than 2024?
It's looking fantastic. Look at the beautiful red skies, clear skies, and, you know, no fog this morning, no frost either, Paige, but we had all that wind yesterday, and it caused some power outages. I think that power outage risk is much lower today as the winds do die down a little bit, but still gusting 30, 35 miles per hour, so maybe spotty power outages, but I think we're in good shape otherwise. The winds are starting to slowly die down. But it's cold, 34 in Delmarva right now, 35 Georgetown, Milton 34, Rehoboth, Indian River Inlet, and Bethany Beach all at 35 as the winds are pretty gusty. It looks like they've calmed down a little bit. Indian River Inlet had gusts up to 25 earlier, and other places are gusting over 20 now. So you take the temperature and the wind, and it feels like temperatures, well, it feels like 26 in Salisbury right now, 27 Indian River Inlet, 35 in Rehoboth. So bottom line is bundle up as you go out this morning as we're looking at mostly clear skies. Had a few clouds earlier. We're in this cold northwesterly flow, and that means that cold air coming across the warmer Great Lakes with the lake effect snow across Pennsylvania, New York, up into New England as well. And the Arctic is open for business. All that cold air from Canada just draining down into the lower 48. And this air, this Arctic air will be with us for the next 2 weeks or so. You get that Arctic air in place, and then you get a storm, and then that's when we're looking at the possibility of snow, and that's coming on on Monday. So Futurecast is showing, well, mainly clear skies as we go into the afternoon with temperatures in the lower 40s. That's it, feeling much colder with the wind. 30s this evening, and by Friday morning, temperatures right around the freezing mark. Then we increase the clouds, and then we're going to see a little system swing through. This is a little appetizer for later afternoon. We're going to see some showers, temperatures in the lower 40s, and then some snow showing up as it gets darker and temperatures falling into the 30s. We could get a coating of snow across Delaware into Maryland, so roads could get a little slick tomorrow evening, and then in the wake of that Arctic air fills back in for the weekend. Maybe a trace to about a half an inch of snow, maybe some slick roads tomorrow evening, but then that main event moves in later Sunday evening. It looks like the models are bringing in late Sunday night into Monday. You see this blue color, this is all snow here, and that's accumulating snow. We think this is going to be a significant snow event for really much of the area. The only thing is that with this storm tracking close to us, we could see some rain and a bit of a wintry mix mixing in across the area, which could lower snow amounts farther south. But we think this will be a significant event as we go into Monday, so prepare accordingly. And our 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, January 7th through the 11th, is very, very cold as we're looking at that snow potential as we go through time a little bit Friday evening, and then we're going to nail down those snow totals a little better the next couple of days. We'll have a better idea, I think, as we go into tomorrow as far as the exact snow totals for later Sunday and Monday. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast, 42 today, and then cloudy, increasing rain and snow into Friday evening, 44. Really cold into the weekend with mid-30s, and then that snow later Sunday into Monday, 33. Monday, likely a first alert day for significant snow, and then really cold in the wake of the snow with only lower 30s for highs Tuesday and Wednesday. Overnight lows into the teens and 20s.
All right, Bob, thank you so much. If you've been wrongfully convicted in Delaware, there's a new act going into effect this year that could help. The Delaware Wrongful Conviction, Compensation and Service Act provides financial compensation and services to people who prove they were wrongfully convicted. Those eligible can receive damages, attorney fees, and support services. However, compensation is reduced if they've already received money from a related lawsuit. That law goes into effect June 30th of 2025. And to learn exactly what types of cases this will involve, you can visit our website, CoastTV.com.
Got developing news in Milford. That's where people should expect to pay more for electricity. The city announced a 1% increase in its power cost adjustments for 2025, but there are claims that Milford is among the lowest electric rates in Delaware. This new rate will go into effect in February. The city encourages homeowners to explore energy-saving options such as rebates and electric usage monitors to offset the increase.
A power line fell in Berlin around 2 p.m. Wednesday. This was near Old Ocean City Boulevard and Worcester Highway. Berlin Electric says they believe the pole's collapse was due to a wind shear, and there was also a second pole that was halfway fallen in that area. Berlin Electric said originally 600 customers were without power.
About 10% is out right now. We backfed everything else, the shopping center. Everything is out on Ocean City Boulevard from this point heading east down to Tractor Supply. They're out of power, and then everything going north up 113.
Now, according to Berlin Electric, within an hour, there were only about 30 people still without power. Time is now 6:51 this morning, and we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them here, Paige. We're going to show you on your screen Bella, Gemma, and Rosie. They're all cuddled up under a very warm electric blanket. A good thing to do today, I would think. The picture was submitted to us by Jean and Kim in Lincoln.
And we want to see your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos. Tell us what makes them so special.
You can scan that QR code at the top of your screen to submit your furry friend to Coast TV News, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
We're seeing dry roads this morning, like you can see on our Tidal Health Cam in Salisbury, but it's cold and breezy, and 2025 is off to a cold and windy start and about to get colder and whiter as well. Significant snow is heading our way later Sunday into Monday, and a little taste of it Friday evening as well. And the Arctic air looks like it's here to stay for a while. Your 10-day forecast is coming up next.
If you know a high school student on Delmarva with a passion for agriculture or the culinary arts,
nominate them to become a WBOC Mount Air Farm to Table Scholarship winner.
The people who grow and prepare our food are more important than ever.
We are looking for 10 graduating seniors with a passion for feeding the world like we do at Mount Air Farms.
Nominees must have a 3.5 GPA or better, be an active participant in farming or culinary programs, and spend time giving back to the community.
Go to WBOC.com to nominate today.
Your smile is your first impression, so make it an unforgettable one. At Miles of Smiles Cosmetic of Salisbury, we specialize in creating beautiful smiles. Whether you're looking for a routine exam, cosmetic upgrade, or advanced dental care, we deliver the future of dentistry with a personal touch. We are transforming how oral care is delivered through advanced technology and personalized treatments. Call today and schedule your new smile consultation. Miles of Smiles Cosmetic of Salisbury. Beautiful smiles for a healthy lifestyle. Bring in 2025 with a new roof from Spicer Brothers. Right now, get 20% off materials, plus save 25% on your entire roofing project. Our expert team is dedicated to providing unmatched customer service and quality craftsmanship. It's the perfect time to upgrade your home and start the year strong. So don't miss out on the 2025 savings with 20% off materials and 25% off your entire roofing project. Visit SpicerBros.com or call now to schedule your free consultation. Make Spicer Brothers your New Year's resolution because you deserve the best.
Stay ahead of our ever-changing coastal climate with the CoastTV First Alert Weather Team. From the early morning to the late evening, our team is always at work to deliver the accurate forecasts you need. Whether bracing for a stormy day or enjoying a peaceful indoor moment, we're here to ensure you're fully prepared for Delmarva's diverse weather patterns. The CoastTV First Alert Weather Team. With us, the weather is more than a forecast. It's a part of life.
Local news is really important, especially right now. Local news is still largely trusted by the people in the community that they cover, and a big part of that is because we're out in the community every day. We're meeting people, we're talking to people, we're telling their specific stories, because there's a lot of people that want to know what's going on here. There's a lot of people that have opinions about what's going on here. That matters from a journalistic standpoint.
Coast TV, our community, your news, where every story hits close to home.
Time is now 6:55, and it's time for some things you need to know before you go. We're continuing to learn more about the vehicle in New Orleans. The driver intentionally crashed into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street. Authorities say 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar from Texas was behind the wheel. At least 15 people were killed, over 30 more injured, including Din Jabbar, who was killed by police during that event. The FBI says an ISIS flag was located on the vehicle, and they are working to determine his potential association and affiliation with terrorist organizations.
And there was also a scary event in Las Vegas on Wednesday. It's when a Cybertruck exploded just outside the entrance of Trump International Hotel. The explosion killed the person inside the truck and injured several others that were standing nearby. And officials say the suspicious blast is now being investigated as a possible terrorist attack, but a motive has not yet been determined.
Delaware's minimum wage officially went from $13.25 to $15 an hour. For people who work a full 40 hours a week, it is an extra $70 in their pocket. People have some differing opinions on this change, but of course, they're all looking for the same thing, for everyone to have a better future coming into this new year.
People living in Lewis have a chance to share their thoughts on open space in the city. Next Monday, the mayor and city council holding a public hearing that will focus on proposed updates to the city subdivision and land development code. Changes include increasing open space requirements for bigger subdivisions, refining what qualifies as open space, and also updating design standards.
6:56 now. Time for a look at your forecast before you head out your door.
Yeah, another day of dealing with the wind, Bob.
Yeah, but, not as brutal as yesterday. We had gusts over 50 yesterday. I think maybe 30 to 35 for today. Still cold out there, too. We've got actual temperatures in the 30s this morning. Bundle up, feeling like 20s. And then we top out in the lower 40s, but still feeling like 30s as we go through the afternoon and evening. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, looking and feeling like winter. Friday, increasing clouds. We've got showers. That changes to a little period of snow. Could get a coating of snow Friday evening. The Arctic air settles in over the weekend. Then the main event later Sunday into Monday. Sunday's a good day to prepare for the snow Sunday and Monday. We think it's going to be a significant event. Probably a few inches of snow. I'll nail down those snow totals coming up tomorrow. We're looking at lower 30s after the snow, even upper 20s by Thursday as that Arctic air gets locked in.
Bob, thank you. And thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
And we'll be back with Coast TV midday at 11, so stick around.
And until then, have a great Thursday morning, everybody.